Cristiano Ronaldo, a name synonymous with footballing greatness, had his genesis on the picturesque yet modest island of Madeira, Portugal. His roots were humble, born into a family that faced significant financial hardships. Resources were scarce, and making ends meet was a daily challenge. His father, José Diniz Aveiro, worked tirelessly as a gardener, tending to the lush landscapes of the island, and also as a kitman for a local club, scraping by to provide for his family. His mother, Maria Dolores dos Santos Viveiros, was the heart of the family, working as a cook, ensuring that despite their limited means, there was always food on the table. Cristiano, along with his siblings, shared a cramped room, a common reality for many families in Madeira at the time. Space was a luxury they couldn't afford, but the shared quarters fostered a close bond between them. For young Cristiano, football wasn't just a game, it was his escape, a sanctuary from the difficulties of everyday life. It was a passion that consumed him entirely from the very start, a burning desire that set him apart from his peers. He played in the streets from dawn to dusk, honing his skills, fueled by an unwavering love for the game. The streets were his training ground, his stage, his world. He and his friends would use makeshift balls when necessary, improvising with whatever they could find, their creativity as boundless as their enthusiasm. The dusty neighborhood of Santo Antonio, with its narrow streets and humble homes, was his first stadium, the place where his legend began to take shape. It was there, amidst the grit and the dust, that he learned his earliest tricks, the moves that would one day mesmerize the world. Unlike other kids his age, his focus was singular. He cared only for football, dedicating every spare moment to perfecting his craft. Toys and other games held no appeal for him. His world revolved solely around the beautiful game. Even as a child, his competitive spirit was fierce, a burning desire to be the best that drove him to push himself harder than anyone else. He absolutely hated losing and would often cry if his team didn't win, a testament to his unwavering commitment and passion. Some, perhaps misunderstanding his intensity, called him a crybaby, teasing him for his emotional reactions. But it was just proof of how much he cared, a visible manifestation of his burning desire to succeed. His father's job at Andorinha, a local amateur club, gave him his first taste of organized football, a structured environment where he could further develop his skills. It quickly became apparent that he was a special talent, his skills and dedication setting him apart from his teammates. New boots and kits, essential for any aspiring footballer, were luxuries his family simply couldn't afford, a constant reminder of their financial struggles. But he played on, undeterred by the lack of resources, his determination fueled by a dream that burned brighter than any obstacle. Every goal he scored on those humble fields was more than just a point on the scoreboard. It was a step toward fulfilling a promise he made to his mother, a promise to change their lives, to lift them out of poverty, and provide a better future for his family. That promise became his unwavering motivation, the driving force behind every training session, every match, every sacrifice. Each kick of the ball was a step toward a better future, a tangible representation of his hopes and dreams. The fire to succeed burned intensely within him from the very beginning, a relentless drive that would propel him to the pinnacle of the sport. Even then, the boy from Madeira, playing in the dusty streets of Santo Antonio, was already dreaming big, envisioning a future where he would conquer the world of football. At just 8 years old, Cristiano already possessed a spark, a raw talent that set him apart from other children his age. But even on the beautiful island of Madeira, Cristiano's talent was too immense to be contained. It quickly outgrew the local fields and small-town opportunities. Scouts from a top club in Lisbon, the capital city, recognized his potential and extended an invitation for him to join their prestigious academy. Accepting this incredible opportunity, however, meant making a heart-wrenching decision, leaving his beloved family behind. It meant saying goodbye to everything familiar, the warmth of his home, the comfort of his mother's embrace, and the playful camaraderie of his friends. The day he left was filled with tears, choked up goodbyes, and a heavy cloud of uncertainty about the future that lay ahead. Alone in a sprawling new city, far from the loving embrace of his family, he battled the gnawing pangs of homesickness and the isolating grip of loneliness. The vibrant city felt cold and indifferent. Daily calls home to his family often ended in floods of tears, a desperate yearning for the familiar comforts he had left behind. But amidst the emotional turmoil, a steely resolve began to form within him. He refused to succumb to despair and give up on his dream. Many young athletes faced with such adversity would have undoubtedly quit and returned home, but Cristiano, with his unwavering determination, chose a different path. He used the pain of separation as fuel to propel himself forward. He channeled his emotions, the sadness and the longing, into his training, pushing himself harder than ever before. He immersed himself in the sport, making the football pitch his sanctuary, his new home away from home. He stayed late after practice, long after his teammates had left, determined to hone his skills and prove to himself and to everyone else that he belonged there. This early sacrifice, this willingness to endure hardship, built the unshakable mental strength that would become a defining characteristic of his illustrious career. He learned the invaluable lessons of independence and resilience, forging a spirit that could withstand any challenge. Every time he felt the urge to quit, when doubt crept into his mind, he remembered the promise he had made to his family, the sacrifices they had all made to get him there. He understood that he wasn't just playing for his own personal glory, he was playing for his family, for their hopes and dreams, for their unwavering belief in him. The initial pain of separation, the intense longing for home, ultimately became the bedrock, the solid foundation upon which he would build his future success. Sacrifice in those formative years became his greatest teacher, shaping him into the player and the person he was destined to become. He learned to transform heartbreak into unwavering motivation, using the sting of adversity to fuel his relentless pursuit of excellence. And so, the lonely boy in Lisbon, far from his family and his home, was unknowingly forging the indomitable spirit and champion's mindset that would one day captivate the world. Cristiano's journey began at Andorinha, where his father worked. His talent was obvious. He was faster, more skillful, and more determined than anyone else. After 2 years, he moved to Nacional da Madeira, then caught the eye of Sporting Lisbon. At Sporting's academy, he dedicated himself completely, often arriving first and leaving last. He practiced relentlessly, impressing coaches with his work ethic. He quickly rose through the ranks, playing for multiple age groups in a single season. Discipline, tactics, and professionalism became his foundation. By 16, he was already making history at Sporting. The fires of competition in Portugal's best youth clubs forged his destiny. Moving to Lisbon was a shock. Cristiano's Madeiran accent made him an outsider. Teammates mocked him, classmates mocked him, making him feel isolated. The bullying hurt, fueling his anger and frustration. He struggled in school, distracted by football and stung by constant teasing. One day, his frustration boiled over. He threw a chair at a teacher who mocked him. His mother pulled him from school, letting him focus solely on football. The pitch became his sanctuary, where only talent mattered. Every insult became motivation to prove himself. He vowed to show everyone that the poor boy from Madeira could conquer the world. This period built his resilience and self-belief. He learned to use negativity as fuel. "Your love makes me strong, your hate makes me unstoppable," he would later say. The bullied outsider became a fighter. His struggles became his greatest strength. At Sporting, coaches worried Cristiano was too skinny for top-level football. Instead of being discouraged, he took it as a challenge. He secretly trained at night, lifting weights and working on his strength. He studied nutrition and sports science, transforming his diet and routines. Extra sprints, weighted drills, and relentless gym sessions became his norm. His obsession with improvement was unmatched. Over time, the skinny boy became a powerful athlete. Strong legs, a solid core, and broad shoulders replaced his frail frame. This transformation changed everything. He could now compete physically at the highest level. His discipline and willpower were extraordinary. He turned his biggest weakness into a strength. The physical change was a game changer. He became the perfect athlete through sheer dedication. Cristiano proved that hard work can overcome any limitation. From the very beginning, Cristiano didn't just want to play the game he loved. He wasn't content with simply participating. He had a burning desire, an unwavering conviction that he wanted to be the best in the world. It was more than a wish, it was a declaration. People laughed at his ambition, dismissing it as a childish fantasy. They scoffed at his audacity, but he never doubted himself, not even for a second. His dream drove every sacrifice, every early morning, every late night. It fueled his relentless pursuit of excellence. Leaving home, a difficult decision that tested his resolve. Enduring bullying, facing adversity and loneliness with unwavering strength. And training relentlessly, pushing his body and mind to their absolute limits. "I feel an endless need to learn, to improve, to evolve," he once said, encapsulating his insatiable hunger for growth. Talent alone wasn't enough. He knew that natural ability only took you so far. He believed in hard work above all, the relentless dedication that separates the good from the great. Dreams are things which do not let you sleep, he famously declared, revealing the driving force behind his tireless efforts. His ambition kept him awake, fueling his every action and decision, pushing him to train before anyone else, seizing every opportunity to gain an edge. While others rested, content with their limitations, he worked, tirelessly honing his skills and pushing his boundaries. He turned failure into lessons, viewing setbacks not as defeats, but as opportunities for growth, never letting setbacks define him, always rising stronger and more determined. His internal fire set him apart, a burning passion that fueled his relentless pursuit of greatness. The size of his dreams was never limited by his circumstances. He refused to let his background define his potential. He forced the world to take him seriously, commanding respect through his skill, dedication, and unwavering belief in himself. Relentless belief and effort made his dream real, transforming aspiration into tangible achievement. The boy who was doubted became the world's best, a testament to the power of perseverance and self-belief. His journey is proof that no dream is too big, no goal is unattainable, if you are willing to dedicate yourself to achieving it. In 2003, Sporting Lisbon played Manchester United in a friendly. Cristiano, just 18, dazzled the United players with his skill and confidence. They urged manager Sir Alex Ferguson to sign him immediately. United paid over £12 million for the teenager, a record for his age. Cristiano was handed the iconic number 7 shirt, following club legends. The pressure was immense, but Sir Alex believed in him. Adapting to England's physical league, Cristiano worked harder than ever. Under Ferguson's guidance, he evolved from a flashy winger to a complete forward. He helped United win Premier League titles and the Champions League. In 2008, he won his first Ballon d'Or, becoming the world's best player. Manchester United was his launchpad to global superstardom. The boy from Madeira had arrived. Cristiano's journey is also one of financial transformation. From poverty, he rose to become a global brand, CR7. His football success brought huge salaries, but his business acumen multiplied his wealth. Sponsorships with Nike and others, plus his own clothing and hotel lines, made him a billionaire. In 2020, he became the first active team sport athlete to surpass $1 billion in earnings. Despite his riches, he never forgot his roots. He's known for his generosity, donating millions to children, schools, and hospitals. His story proves your starting point doesn't define your destination. True success is measured by what you give back. The boy who played with rags became a billionaire, and a philanthropist. He completed the circle, lifting others as he rose. Cristiano's riches are matched only by his impact. Cristiano Ronaldo's story is a lesson in dedication, sacrifice, and relentless will. He started with nothing but a dream and a love for football. He faced poverty, loneliness, and ridicule, but never gave up. His constant desire to improve is the secret behind his longevity. He's more than a goal machine. He's an inspiration to millions. He's shown that background and obstacles don't define your future. Sacrifice, resilience, and turning negativity into fuel shaped his journey. Your love makes me strong, your hate makes me unstoppable, he lived by this motto. His story is universal, a roadmap for success in any field. Hard work, self-belief, and never giving up are his legacy. Obstacles became opportunities to prove his hunger. The poor kid from Madeira became a king, not by luck, but by obsession for perfection. Cristiano Ronaldo's life is proof that greatness is earned.